Hi friends, it's Belinda here from Bee Making Joy, and let's talk about gauge swatching again. Earlier I made a video about gauge swatching, why we should do it, how to do it, and what to do if your tension doesn't match that of the designers, how to adjust accordingly. But now let's talk about the difference between knitting flat and knitting in the round and what that does to your tension. When we're knitting flat, we are knitting one row and purling the other row. But when we're knitting in the round, we're just knitting, knitting, knitting. And when we purl, sometimes our purl row tension is tighter or looser than the knit row tension. So that is why when we're knitting in the round, our gauge might change. So I'm going to tell you how we can do a gauge swatch in the round. There are many different ways to do this, but I found a way that doesn't waste my yarn. I'm going to make a small round, a 20-inch round, that I can later use as a scrunchie or a hat or a headband if I don't have to unravel it for my project. Now we're being asked to measure our gauge across a 4-inch horizontal and vertical. So I will cast on 20 inches worth of stitches. And I need to guesstimate how many stitches to cast on. If we're trying to hit a gauge of, for this one I'm trying to hit a gauge of 18 stitches per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. So I'm going to cast on 5 times that amount, which is 90 stitches to get to 20 inches. And then I'll join to knit in the round. And if you need a video on how to do that without being all twisted, I have another video here. We're going to join in the round and we're going to knit for 5 inches, because remember, we want to measure over 4 inches, so we need a little bit of rolling room, I would say. And most gauge swatches are done in stockinette, but if the garment pattern is predominantly something else, the gauge swatch will be done in that pattern. As we talked before, purl stitches change our tension, and if we were doing cables or lace stitches, they would be a different tension too. So in that case, the gauge swatch is being done in that pattern. And now, if I don't need to unravel this piece for my garment, I will make this a headband, your warmer headband. Or I could take the binding back out, put it back on the needles, and turn it into a hat. These 2 stockinette pieces will be turned into a hair scrunchie. If you'd like to see a video on how to do that, click the link below. Now, if you found this video helpful, could you please click the like button below so that more people can be shown this video? And happy knitting!